Hi, it's Carolee from Wise Woman Ways, and I'm out here on my front lawn today enjoying this beautiful Alaskan view. And I want to talk to you today about declaring war on worry. And the etymology of the word worry is really interesting to me because it comes from the word worgen, which means to strangle. And I just thought that was so interesting that when you worry about something, you're constricting and you're strangling. And the opposite of the word to strangle is to stretch. And we're here on this earth. I believe part of why we're here on this earth is to learn to grow and to stretch and to expand. And when we worry about what's going on in our life, we're constricting so much that we end up strangling. And I just find that really interesting. I was talking to my husband the other day. He doesn't look at things sort of in a spiritual nature at all. He's almost sort of autistic in a lot of ways. He's very habitual. He's very regimented, and he sees numbers in everything. And his birthday's coming up, and he's turning 51. And he said, um, it's my 17 times 3 birthday. There's three 17s. And I thought, that's so weird that you look at it that way. He's like, oh, everyone sees the numbers in their birthday. And I said, really? I don't think any, I've had friends turn 51 and they didn't say I'm 317s. And he said, well, your birthday is really interesting. You just turned 47. And I said, really, what's interesting about that? And he goes, oh, 47's a prime number. And I loved that I'm the prime age right now. 47 is a prime number. And over this last year, a lot has happened. I left a big, interesting career in Los Angeles. You can read more about that on my description page. And I took the risk and left that for no career here in Alaska. My husband here runs mental health for the Southern Kenai Peninsula in Alaska, and so I can't work. He employs all the therapists, and I can't work for him. And for under him, he's the director. And I didn't really want to open private practice in a small town. And when I came here, it was really easy to go to a place of worry. Um, but I really didn't want to do that. I wanted to stretch, and I knew that my body needed some stretching, that I needed some changes in my life because my body had really struggled. I loved my career, but it really took a toll on my body, driving all over LA for hours a day in traffic, on concrete. Um, I mean, I literally felt like I didn't see plants, ever during the day because these cities I drove through in LA, that my office was based in Compton and another office in Bellflower, and it's just a concrete jungle, literally. And my husband moved here 6 months before I did, and I had never been to Alaska. I had never even visited before we decided to move here. And when I looked at it and I just saw this place, I knew there was growth there. There was this green there, and that there was growth that was going to happen. And then when he told me that I'm at the prime age, I just thought that was really interesting. So when you're worrying and you're strangling, you need to really tap into the warrior woman within you and stop that strangling from going on. You need to tap into that warrior strength. And one of the things that I've done since I've been here in Alaska is really tap into that inner warrior inside me. So this might be a little awkward because I don't have a tripod or anything, but I want to show you, part of my Wise Woman workout is working out with weapons. And this is just a wood sword that I've worked out with, and I do little exercises with it. I actually, when I got here, fell on some ice and hurt my shoulder. And part of why I really got into those weapons is I didn't want that to get stuck. So I have like a lot of these weapons. So I've spent time working with those weapons and to combat any worries because I've really just taken a year off, and took time to be sort of that wise woman and heal myself from the toll that living and working in LA, the toll that it took on my body. But it was nerve-wracking to take time off and not work, and to give myself that time to heal. And so I really had to become that, go to my center and find that wise woman to heal and be this warrior and be like, no, you don't cut off with a sword any of those worries and any of those thoughts that I had, so that I could take that time that I needed and really work to heal. But I spent some time this morning. I'm going to get a tool, like a wood burning tool. I don't know what they're called, but you can draw on wood with them. And I spent some time this morning decorating this wood sword that I have. And I want to show you some of the things that I found as I was contemplating this today. So just, my drawing skills aren't the best, but I don't worry about that. I actually think it's kind of fun that there's sort of this childlike fun nature to my, pretend wood sword. But I did put my name on there, and I drew a diamond on there because the symbolism of a diamond is really important to me. A diamond in the rough, and that we all have this inner light inside of us, and when we're cut and feeling pain, that it's because we're becoming that faceted diamond where we're not the diamond in the rough anymore. And then I also added just some plants and growth, and I'm going to be putting that on there. But then I really started thinking about number 47. And so I looked up the meaning, the numerology of the number 47, and I came across something that I found so interesting. So 47 represents the planet Mars. And Mars has a 47-year cycle that you can read about if you want to learn more about that. And Mars actually is the symbol of the god of war. And I found that really interesting too. And so there's a symbol for Mars, and it's right here, this little symbol. So I put that on my, I hope you can see that. I put that on my sword, the symbol of Mars. And Mars is known as sort of a fiery planet, and red. And I'm a Cancer, and I've, a water sign. And I've always had been told by different healers and stuff that I have way too much water and way too much cold going on, and that I need fire and I need warmth. And so I just think it's interesting at my prime, as I'm entering my prime age, that there's this symbolism of Mars. And then I also read that 47 is a really balancing number, and I started reading that it represents balance. And I found this symbol, awkward way to show you here. Again, I hope you can see it. This symbol, which is a 4 and a 7, and that it's perfectly balanced. And I just thought that was really interesting too. And then I put the Roman numerals there too. So anyway, that's this side. And the chakras for the number 47, the fourth chakra is the heart, and the seventh chakra is the crown. And I was reading about those two chakras, the crown or the brain, the head chakra, and the heart chakra. And that, again, I've always been more sort of stuck in the emotional Cancer water stuff, the feeling stuff, and not as strong on the brain and the male and the crown chakra. But the 47 is this perfect balance between the heart and the head. And I thought, wow, okay, at my prime age, I'm going to be able to balance those two out. And that just seemed really amazing to me. There was something really beautiful about that. And then I did also just add sort of this little yin and yang, because I've always been told I have too much yin and not enough yang, and that that's something that's imbalanced in me. And now at this 47th prime age, I'm entering this space of balance. And it's been so interesting to not worry about work, to not worry about giving up this career that I had, to have faith and to not feel strangled, but to go to this new place that I've never been and to stretch and to grow. And while I'm stretching and growing, to put into practice my inner warrior woman. And in that warrior woman, to appreciate the symbols of the god of war with Mars. And if you're feeling worried, I really encourage you to take off that noose of worry that's strangling you and stretch. I mean, if you don't want to get a wood sword, get a little stick and sit in warrior pose and declare war on your worry, because it doesn't do any good. Get out there and stretch and grow and be thankful for the ways in which the world helps you to stretch and grow by the experiences that it gives you.